All right, Gooners, welcome back to Arsenal Fans Hub. I'm Daniel Watts.
And I'm Jessica.
And we're diving deep today into those player ratings from Arsenal's 1-0 Champions League victory over Shakhtar Donetsk.
A win is a win, right? Especially after that Bournemouth shocker.
Yeah.
But was it as convincing as we hoped? That's the question. We're going to break it down position by position, see if the scoreline, tells the whole story or not.
Yeah, because clean sheet and 3 points on the board.
Right.
Could be masking some underlying issues, couldn't it?
Definitely.
So let's start between the sticks with Raya and then work our way through the defense.
Okay, so Raya earned a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
And for a good chunk of the match, honestly, you almost forgot he was there.
He was like a stealth ninja.
Yeah, Shakhtar weren't exactly peppering his goal,
No.
It wasn't a busy night for him.
But then, that late save, though, oh my goodness, talk about clutch. Kept that clean sheet intact.
Absolutely. Game-defining moment right there.
Yeah.
Definitely earned his rating with that one.
For sure.
So on to the back four. And, well, the big talking point has to be Ben White going off at halftime, right? 5 out of 10. And it sounds like a combination of things, not being fully fit. And then that early yellow card, do you remember that?
It was clumsy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And with Liverpool just around the corner, Arteta was probably just playing it safe.
Yeah.
But it does make you wonder about White's match fitness, especially for such a massive game.
Yeah, definitely a concern. Almost like, having one eye on the next fixture affected his performance in this one.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed it's nothing serious.
Yeah, I hope so.
So his center back partners, Saliba and Gabriel, both bagged 7s, and they looked far more comfortable.
Yeah.
Especially after Saliba's, red card nightmare last weekend.
Yeah.
They were composed, they were organized.
Yeah.
Limited Shakhtar's attacks to mainly counterattack.
Yeah.
A solid, if not spectacular, performance.
Which is exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
Now, shifting over to left back.
Yeah.
We saw Calafiori, who also got a 7.
Yeah.
He missed that golden opportunity early on.
Oh, he did.
But then was really lively going forward.
Yes, link-up play with Martinelli was a bright spark, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you could really see the potential in that partnership.
But
But then, what a momentum tiller. To go from such a promising performance to potentially being sidelined, especially with the lack of depth at that position.
Now, especially with Liverpool coming up.
It's a real blow for Arsenal.
Big blow.
It really highlights how crucial squad depth is, especially in those fullback positions where we rely so heavily on attacking contributions.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit.
Yeah.
Headed to the midfield engine room.
The engine room.
And where do we even begin with Thomas Partey?
8 out of 10. He absolutely ran this show.
He was everywhere.
This wasn't just like dominant Partey. This was like vintage Partey.
Vintage.
Winning tackles, breaking up play, and then spraying those pinpoint passes like he was Pirlo in disguise.
It was beautiful.
Honestly, a masterclass in midfield control.
And then, get this, after White went off, he even slotted in it right back.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Talk about versatility. This man could do it all.
It really speaks volumes, doesn't it, about his tactical intelligence and importance to this Arsenal system. He's like a Swiss Army knife for Arteta.
Yes.
Able to adapt to any situation.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about his partner in crime, Declan Rice.
7 out of 10, put in a real shift, but those missed chances.
I know.
A couple of golden opportunities there to put the game to bed, and you could see the frustration in his body language.
Yeah.
But let's not forget how effective he was.
No.
Alongside Partey in dictating the tempo.
Yeah.
They completely nullified Shakhtar's midfield.
Like 2 sentinels, shielding the back four and launching attacks.
Exactly.
That partnership is becoming the bedrock of this Arsenal team.
Yeah.
Now, on to Trossard, who had a little bit of a roller coaster night.
6 out of 10 for the Belgian.
Yeah.
Lively. Created some dangerous moments, but that missed penalty.
It was almost as if time stood still when he stepped up.
Yeah.
And you could just feel the collective groan from the Emirates faithful.
Oh, for sure.
His penalties happen, but that one could have made things a lot more comfortable.
Could have, yeah. It really felt like a missed opportunity to kill off the game early on. And I think it speaks to a larger issue for Arsenal this season, that clinical edge in front of goal, it's just been missing.
You're right. We've seen this pattern before.
Haven't we?
Creating chances, dominating possession.
Yeah.
But then failing to deliver that knockout punch.
Yeah.
It's something Arteta really needs to address if we're serious about challenging for the title.
100%.
Now let's move on to the attack. And the spotlight has to be on Gabriel Martinelli.
7 out of 10. And for me, he was the standout performer.
He was electric. A constant menace down that left flank.
Yeah.
Always looking to take on his defender.
Just relentless.
And even though that goal was technically an own goal,
right,
it was Martinelli's shot that forced the error.
Yeah.
You know?
He's relentless. And, you know, his performance really highlighted the directness and pace that he brings to this Arsenal attack.
He's the kind of player that can change a game in an instant.
Absolutely.
Now, in stark contrast, we had Gabriel Jesus, who had a bit of a frustrating evening.
6 out of 10.
Yeah, it felt like he never really got going.
Didn't he?
He had that big chance just before halftime.
Yeah.
And you could almost see the confidence drain away after he fluffed it.
It was like a visible deflation.
Yeah.
He was involved in the build-up, but that killer instinct in front of goal just wasn't there.
It's almost like he's overthinking things. You know, trying too hard to make something happen. He just needs to relax.
Yeah.
And let the game come to him.
It's like he's in his own head a bit, isn't he?
Yeah, he needs to just, like you said, relax.
He's got all the talent in the world, but sometimes that mental aspect can be the biggest hurdle.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can rediscover his scoring touch
For sure.
sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And finally, we have to address the elephant in the room, right?
I know.
Kai Havertz, another 6 out of 10, worked hard. But still no goals at the Emirates.
Still no goals.
It's becoming a bit of a recurring theme, isn't it?
It is, and it's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is he the right fit
Yeah.
for this system?
You know he's putting in the effort.
Yeah.
He's making the runs.
Yeah.
But the end product just isn't there. At what point does it become a concern?
It's tough because you can see the glimpses of what he can bring.
Yeah.
The link-up play, the movement.
Yeah.
But for a player of his caliber,
Exactly.
we expect more,
Yeah.
especially in front of goal.
It's almost like he's trying to adjust to a new role, a new style of play.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs a bit more time to adapt, to find his rhythm.
Yeah.
But the clock is ticking and the pressure is mounting.
Okay, let's quickly run through the substitutes.
Okay.
Merino came on for White.
Yeah,
Looked solid defensively.
he did.
Did put a foot wrong.
Slotted in seamlessly, provided that much-needed stability after White's departure.
Yep.
A reliable option off the bench.
Sterling didn't make much of an impact.
No.
And Jorginho came on too late to really influence the game.
Yeah.
But the real talking point, I think, was the introduction of young Lewis-Skelly. He only got a few minutes.
Yeah.
But he looked bright.
He did.
Energetic.
Yeah.
It was a bold move from Arteta to bring on such a young player in a Champions League game.
I thought so too.
Especially when he had more experienced options available.
Definitely raised a few eyebrows.
Yeah.
What do you think? Tactical decision? A message to other players? Or simply a sign of faith in the youngster?
Whatever the reason, it's just great to see Arteta giving youth a chance. It shows he's not afraid to shake things up, you know?
I like it.
So overall, a win is a win, but wasn't exactly convincing, was it?
Not quite the dominant performance we were hoping for,
Yeah.
Martinelli, Sean, but those missed chances, especially that penalty.
Well, that penalty.
And then Calafiori's injury definitely causes for concern.
Yeah, it's like we're still searching for that killer instinct, that ruthlessness that separates the good teams from the great ones.
Absolutely.
And with Liverpool up next,
Big game.
these concerns are magnified.
Yeah, it's a massive test for Arsenal.
Huge.
A real barometer of where we stand.
Yeah.
Can we rise to the occasion and deliver a statement performance, or will those familiar weaknesses resurface?
That's the question, isn't it?
That is the question.
It's the kind of game that could define our season.
It really could.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's throw it back to our viewers.
Yeah.
It's like we're playing that what-if game. You know, fans aren't just content with winning anymore. They want to see dominance. They want to see that swagger that champions possess.
That swagger.
And that's where these early season wobbles become more concerning.
Yeah.
Is it just growing pains as the team gels? Or are we seeing a genuine gap in quality compared to, say, a Manchester City? You know, these are the questions that keep us glued to our screen.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
We're all trying to decipher whether this Arsenal side has truly taken that next step.
We're on the journey with them, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough to say, right? Every game's different.
Yeah.
But I think it speaks volumes about how much our expectations have changed this season, you know?
All of it. So if you want to join us on this journey, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss a single deep dive.
Don't miss out.
But for now, thanks for joining us here at Arsenal Fans Hub.
Thanks, everyone.
Keep the faith, Gooners.